Welcome to, I would say, my first ever YouTube video, right? It's not YouTube Shorts, but a YouTube video in this channel. My name is Emene Malbongwe, and in this video, I just want to explain about the harsh truth that you might face as a matric student in 2026. Oftentimes, this happened to me also. We hear people when you're doing grade 11, doing grade 10, and they tell you like, how is matric or how was matric? That's the question. Our matric was actually easy. Matric had a lot of work, matric had no revision, like nothing surprising. By the time you get to matric, trust me, that year is something else. I can write a whole full book about grade 11, but like matric, I don't know, mentally, spiritually, that year is really draining. It is really hard. It is really long. It feels like you're starting from grade 1 up until grade 12 in just 1 year. There's just a lot that's going to happen. And everyone is going to have their own stories, but at the same time, you're all going to be sitting at that like paper, that desk, and you're going to be writing one paper. And within that one paper, I'll tell you this, everything starts now. These are going to be the three things you should expect within your matric year. And I would definitely like to start with this one, your mental health. Your mental health is going to be affected. Your mental health is going to go through, I don't know what, next year. This is not a video to scare you or anything. It's just to get you prepared for you to be able to deal with these things when they do come along the way. Your mental health is going to be affected because of the workload that's going to be there. Your mental health is going to be affected because of your daydreaming and your overthinking. Your mental health is going to be affected because you're going to be consistently thinking about, let's say for instance, what other people think about you, what your family thinks about you, what your neighbors, your friends. You're going to be consistently thinking about next year, 2027. Thinking about the time where you're supposed to be going to rest, going to university, starting your new life and leaving your friends behind. And by the time you get back to reality and you realize the amount of work that you need to do in order for you to attain your desired reality is going to be, I wouldn't say too late, but it's going to be really, really mentally draining. Now, mentally and spiritually, there's going to be three types of students, and they all fall into these percentages. One falls under 48%, the second one falls under another 48%, and another one falls under 2%. The first 48% are students that are going to be excited for the year next year, 2026. I'm excited I'm going to matric. Like, I cannot believe this is me. Like, I'm here. They're really excited about the year, and they're going to be kickstarting the year like with like, I don't know, a lot of energy, like a lot of motivation. Like their New Year's resolution is going to be really, really high. It's going to be like, I'm getting straight A's from term 1, term 2, term 3, and term 4. And most of the time, or most of the times, students that are always saying this, it's usually the C students. It's usually the big dreamers saying that like, yeah, it's going to happen, it's going to be like this. But by the time we get to April, March, May, maybe after 90 days, trust me, that energy will definitely go down. But we're going to unpack what you should do in order for you to avoid that. The second one, another 48%. These ones are going to be rushing the year, right? They just like, they want to skip the year and jump straight to when they're getting the results. They don't want to go through the year. They don't want to just like experience everything. By the time, like, let's say for instance, I don't know when schools do open next year, but like by the time schools actually open, they mind everything is going to be literally down on like, what do you call, by the time they write the last paper, like pens down, it's done. And I'm going to be waiting for my results. These are students that will actually leave in the moment. And this is where you should actually be. So within these percentages, guys, it's all going to be hard for everyone. Even the smart students, even the students that are going to be leaving in the moment, even the students that are going to be rushing the year, even the students that are going to be excited for like the year matric. It's going to be hard for everyone. But like, I think it's best for you to stay within the 2% of students. Leave in the moment. Enjoy literally every day. Take care of yourself mentally. It is really important. But if you don't take care of yourself mentally, by the time you get to May, June, you're going to be like, you know what, I'm fed up. I am done. I cannot do this anymore. This is actually tiring. You wake up in the morning and you're going to school by like 7. You're coming back at 4. You are totally exhausted. At 4, you have like a lot of homeworks. Like, trust me, each and every subject is going to, it's like they're doing it on purpose. I don't know why. It's going to be a lot of homeworks. And some students cannot separate between studying and actually doing your homework. And this is very important. So how do you be part of the 2% of students? How do you stay or how do you leave in a moment? Well, firstly, you take things step by step. Do not rush the process. Secondly, have a proper time management. And lastly, discipline equals freedom, and those that are free will live a healthy life. Healthy mentally, spiritually, and physically. Secondly, you should definitely expect surprises. I don't know why. Like, matric always has these surprises. They just come. You know, it could be anything. It could be death. It could be a virus. It could be a viral like spiral moments on like social media that like just takes you out of your way. Like, just like a big story. It's always going to be there. I don't know why. It feels different if you're doing grade 11, doing grade 10, or maybe you're doing your first year, second year university, but like it feels some type of way also when you're doing matric. Like, I remember when I was doing my matric in 2022, my biggest viral spiral moment was the Russia invasion of like Ukraine, and then like there was all talks about like World War III, and it was like, okay, you know, it was just like an ongoing talk, an ongoing conversation, like whilst we're like literally in school, you know, talking to your friends, like, is this the end? You know, imagine like in 2020 when like COVID-19 was literally introduced, and like there was like this like shutdown or lockdown, you know. It's like, it's always, I don't remember quite well in 2021, but like there's always going to be a viral spiral moment that is going to be a big topic, and somewhere somehow you might just like lose yourself. I'm not saying you lose yourself because of a war that is happening in Russia, but like it does in a way contributes, and it could be, let's say for instance, your friends, right? I remember like in 2022 again, like I lost a lot of friendships that I had since primary school. Like, people started switching up, and now I definitely understand it was just like the growing up, and that is it. I'll definitely say this is going to be the year, if you did realize in grade 11 that you are alone, but like trust me, your trick is going to show you that like you are alone and you have to do this thing alone, right? And which is wrong, because you should be doing this whole journey with your friends, doing this whole journey with your classmates and everything, because you'll all have to pass. I don't understand students that like compete in matric. It doesn't make sense, you know. But like that year, you're going to realize that like, listen, you are on your own, and this is when your parents, your friends cannot help you, because that guilt that you might feel if you do not study, if you do not give it your all, by the time you're about to like write your final exams, you're gonna be like, wow, this is the first time where my parents are like, we cannot sit in that desk for you. You have to do it for yourself. We can't do it for you. It is all on you. And if you're not strong mentally, you're going to feel as if like, wow, the world is just like on my shoulders. Alright guys, I just want to end here today. Let me know if you want like maybe a part B, or maybe should I continue, you know, doing these types of videos. Would it be helpful for you? Just like let me know in the comment section. But like, make sure you subscribe and make sure you like this video, and thank you for tuning in.